Many of you are manifesting your desires, and you know that the state of consciousness matters when manifesting. You are very well aware that you are shifting your reality in order to manifest, and you are doing this by changing your assumptions. As Neville Goddard told you, persistent assumptions harden into facts. Also, you are aware that your self-concepts are responsible for your reality. However, when you reinvent yourself by replacing your old self-concepts with new ones, a plethora of opposites begin to appear in your mind. You might wonder why this happens. Well, today I am going to share with you my experience regarding why this happens and how you can shift quickly to your desired reality. Once you understand this completely, it will be easier for you to make choices when selecting your assumptions. You might feel fearful when changing your assumptions, but it is part of the process. So many of you are engaging in imaginal acts, whether through visualization, affirmation, or a combination of the two. When you perform this act, it makes you feel wonderful, and you make a shift from your old assumptions to a new one. But the hard part for many of you is to stay there, to stay in the state of wish fulfillment. When some of you affirm, you may notice the opposite, a sudden army of negative thoughts marching through your mind, you blaming someone, criticizing someone, doubting yourself, and wondering if it is even possible. I'm sure the majority of you have experienced it when changing your self-concept. But have you ever wondered why this happens? The answer is quite simple. The old concept of yourself or the old man is trying to protect its identity. Identity is basically the sum total of beliefs and assumptions. This identity is shaped by your past experiences. Your past experiences created the circumstances in which you are right now. It's not like you made a specific assumption that your partner would leave you. It is not like you made a specific assumption that you would not get the money. It might have happened because of some of your underlying beliefs, the beliefs that gave rise to those assumptions, which in turn manifested that reality for you. Let me clarify it further for you. I am a single child, which means I had no brother or sister, I only had cousins. The majority of my days were spent with my grandmother because both my parents were working. She was my company. When she passed away, I lost my company. It was not like I didn't have any friends or something. I had a large friend circle. I was the popular kind of person. However, after her death, I came to believe that I was alone. I started spending my time alone, and the scar had not healed. This led me to develop a fear of abandonment that started reflecting in my reality. The circle started shrinking. Later, I met a person whom I dearly loved but abandoned because of my fear of abandonment. It was not like I created a specific assumption for her. It was because of the underlying belief of abandonment and the fear of being alone. In the same manner, I had a friend whose father stays overseas for work and visits them for short intervals of time. She didn't have that physical fatherly presence. Maybe in her childhood or adulthood she faced some scenarios in which she needed the attention of her father. But because she didn't get it, she formed the assumption that she gets ignored by men, and later, when she gets into relationships, she subconsciously pushes men away and ends up getting ignored. And the last, but not the least, example that I gave you was about money. It's not that you made some specific assumption about money. You may have some positive assumptions about money, but your mind is always criticizing and blaming the rich people. You might be assuming that they are the bad guys. Also, you want to be a good guy. As a result, these two assumptions contradict each other, resulting in the unknown blockages. So, the point I want to make here is that these assumptions are formed and adopted by you at a point of time in your physical experience. The old man in you is trying to protect you because it fears the future, fears the unknown. In your childhood, you were told not to talk to strangers because they might be kidnappers. So, whenever you went out, you maintained the belief that you should not talk to strangers. It gave you a sense of safety and relief, and your identity became the one in which you don't talk to strangers because if you do, it might be risky. This might be the reason you don't have many friends. Well, this belief was there to protect you. But now that you are changing your belief about becoming famous and popular by assuming a new concept of yourself, your old man, or your old identity, starts sharing with you the reasons why this new assumption might not be good for you. Your old identity is trying to protect you because of your previous bad encounters. Your old identity is there to maintain stability in your life. It maintains it by reinforcing your old beliefs in your present reality. To experience something different, you need to think differently. You need to change your thought patterns and assumptions. Now you know why an army of negative thoughts marches in your mind, and you feel like the opposite is happening in your reality. The stronger the belief, the harder your old self tries to protect it. When you realize you're an adult and it's okay to talk to strangers, the solo traveler in you may awaken, and you may go on solo trips. You might make some really great friends, and you will become comfortable sharing your opinions in public. If you are with me till this point of the video, then you're getting the clarity you need to stay focused on your new self-concept. All you have to do is observe your surroundings from a third-person point of view. You have to watch them indifferently. If something happens, just observe it. You will notice that your old assumptions are being mirrored in your reality. Once you get this understanding, all you have to do is turn your back on what is happening and imagine what you want to happen. When you do this, you will start accepting your new assumptions, and the impact of your old assumptions will start going away. Recently, I had a desire to ride a bicycle daily in the morning and work out at the gym every evening. Before I started adopting this lifestyle, I used to be a person who would sleep for around 10 to 12 hours daily. Now, I wake up after 6 hours of sleep, and today, when I woke up, I was late by 10 minutes. I questioned myself, do I want to sleep more and wake up at 8, or should I go for a ride? Which activity will help me live the lifestyle I want? And suddenly a surge of energy flowed through my body, so I went for the ride. To shift easily and quickly, you can ask yourself, are the assumptions on which I am currently focused is in alignment with my desired reality? When you do this often, you break the loop, and changes in your self-concept will be quick. You will reinvent yourself, and your new identity will become solid. So, I hope I gave you the clarity that you were seeking. Subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. I will meet you with another golden nugget. Happy manifesting!